Hello students, today we'll read and understand a very beautiful poem written by a very beautiful person, Robert Frost. And the name of his poem is The Road Not Taken. The road means the option, the choice that poet has left. We'll read about poet and then we'll understand the poem also. Firstly, let me tell you about Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet and he was born in 1874 and died in 1963 due to some complications in his prostate surgery. Although as a young man he wrote so many poems, but he was unable to get it published. Therefore, he had to work as a farmer and he had to adopt teaching also to earn his livelihood. And when he went to London, there he got the opportunity to get his poems published. So this is the inspiring story of Robert Frost. Let's come to his poem, what he has written in The Road Not Taken. So firstly I'll read out the stanzas and then I'll explain it. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood. And be one traveller, long I stood. And looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Let's try to understand that what poet wants to say here in these lines. So two roads means two choices which was there in front of poet. So two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Diverged means divided. So two roads were divided in a yellow wood. Yellow wood. Wood here means forest. Wood means forest. So how was the wood? The forest was dark, deep, and it was old. Means the leaves, the trees of the leaves were shedding because it was a season of autumn. So the poet was standing in a position where he got two roads diverged, where he had two choices. Now let's come to next line. And sorry. The poet is saying sorry. Why he is saying sorry? Because he could not travel on both the roads. So he is saying sorry because he was a lone traveler. So being a single traveler, he could not travel on both the roads together at the same time. So he is saying sorry. It means he is regretting for that he could not travel both. And no one can travel on both the roads. Remember this. Now let's come to another line. And be one traveller, long I stood. And the next line the poet is saying, being a one traveller, he stood there for a longer time. He was just gazing on the roads. And be one traveller, long I stood. Again the line is repeated. And looked down one as far as I could. And being a lone traveler, he stood there, he just gazed at the road and he looked for a longer time. He was keep watching that road for a longer time, to where it bent in the undergrowth. And that road somewhere bent in the undergrowth. Undergrowth here means that where so many grasses and bushes were there. Means that the road where ends was quite good. So here the poet wants to say that being a single traveler, he could not travel on both the roads. Therefore, he stood at a point and he just gauged the road where it bent in the undergrowth. Now let's come to the next stanza. Then took the other just fair and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. And then the poet stood there. He was gazing on both the roads. He was thinking that which one is better for him and which road he must choose to go, or which option he must choose for his life. And after a long time, he decided to choose the another road which seems to be equally fair as another. Then took the other just fair and having perhaps the better claim. And at that time, the poet thought that the road which he is going to choose has a better claim, has a better option. Here, claim means option. So he thought that this road, the road which he is going to choose, the option or the opportunity or the aim, the profession which he is going to choose has better options. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. Now again the question is, why did he think this? Why did he think this? Because the answer is given in the next line. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. Because that road was grassy. Means too much grass was there on that path, and wanted wear. Here wanted wear means it had not been traveled by most of the people. So it was grassy and that road was not traveled by many people. Therefore, he chose to go from that road. Now come to the next stanza. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Now here, this says that might be poet is regretting. And he thought, because both the roads were very much appealing, both the choices were very much appealing, that he were in total dilemma, in utter dilemma, that which one he must choose, which must he should choose. And after a long time, after too much confusion, he comes to the conclusion that yes, I must go and travel by this road. And he kept the another road, the first road, for another day. So therefore he is saying, I kept the first for another day. And therefore he just chose the second road, which was not traveled by much people and many of the people, and he kept the first road for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now again the poet is saying, yet knowing how way leads on to way. Means once you just took a step, once you take the decision to do any work or to choose any profession or to choose anything, it could be your marriage, it could be your job, it could be anything. So once you take decision, you can never come back. You can never look back from that point of time. So now the poet is regretting here, and he is saying that he was consoling at that time. He was consoling himself by saying that, I kept that road. I'm just keeping that road for another day. But somewhere he knew that it won't be possible for him, because one way leads to another way. As you travel, you'll find some more options there. Then again, you'll choose another. Then again, some more new opportunities will be waiting for you. So it will. It is impossible for any person to come back and choose the option which he or she will leave. So you have to be very wise in choosing or in doing any profession, any job or anything. It could be anything. It is not only for students. This poem is for everyone, and this type of situation will arise with all the person living on this world. So I hope you all are enjoying the poem. I am enjoying very much. Then there the poet had written, I doubted if I should ever come back. Means there was the clear cut in his mind that he would never be able to come back. Whatever he is leaving, he will never be able to get that back. Now, come to next lines. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Sigh means deep breath. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I travelled. I chose the less travelled one. Again, the poet is saying, I shall be telling this with a sigh. Means after a long time. See in the next line, it is written somewhere ages and ages. Means after a long time, I shall be telling I shall be telling this with a sigh, with a deep breath. With a deep breath, that two roads diverge in a wood, that I had two options in my life, and I took the less traveled one. I took the less traveled one. So I hope that you all will like this poem. Let's come to conclusion. What is the central idea, or what is the message of the poem that poet wants to give us? So what is the central idea of the poem? So the central idea of the poem is about the choices one makes in her or his life at every stage. Whether it is education, whether it is career, whether it is your job, whether it is your marriage, it could be anything. So this is about choices, but one must be very careful about his or her choosing career options, because once you will choose, you will never be able to come back to what you left, to what you leave. So be careful, be wise enough to take decisions. There must be no confusion in your mind. There must be no hesitation, because after traveling, after choosing, there will be only regret. Okay? And just remember, avail the opportunities. Opportunity, it is said that opportunity knocks the door once, but for students, every day is a new opportunity. So I request all the students to avail the opportunity, because for you, every day is a new opportunity. So make it possible for yourself and for your parents. So there must be no repentance in your life. So remove repentance. Be wise enough to make your choices, to take your decisions. Thank you, and have a nice day.